Let's take a look at the general ledger chart of accounts, and as I look at these, I notice some immediate differences in them. The first three of these are bolded, so the text for these is done in bold, where the next four underneath this are unbolded. And the reason for that is that anytime I have an account that's bolded like this, it is either a beginning total or an ending total. It is not a posting type of account. So what the system is doing here is it's saying, okay, this is the first number in the number 10,000. This is where my asset account numbers begin. It's my beginning total. Down towards the bottom of this at 19,950 is my total asset account. This is the ending total for all of the posting accounts that are in the asset area. And it's adding up 10,000 through 19,950, which is this account. So it's adding up all of the posting accounts that are in this entire range to give me total assets. If you take a look at one of these in the edit view, you can see that the account number is set up, it has a name, it is indicated as a balance sheet or an income statement account, whether you can do debit or credit posting to it. Its account type is a beginning total, and I could have a posting account, a heading, a total, a beginning total, and an ending total. So I can have any of those various types here. Because this is a beginning total, it doesn't have any totaling accounts here. And if I close this up and I go to something like this ending total, and we take a look at it, you'll see that it has totaling accounts. So it has the first the first account number that it wants to begin with. It has two periods, and then it has the last account that it wants to sum into this. The two dots indicate from this number through this number. So it's inclusive of the two numbers that are here. So 11,100 through 11,700 inclusively. And those are the numbers that this is actually going to sum into that total for you. If I look at a posting account here, this one, unlike the others, it actually is a type of posting. It allows direct posting to it. It is again, a balance sheet account, whether it can be debit or credit or both, a search name, and so these account numbers are distinguished by the fact that they're posting accounts, and I can actually do direct posting to them. And this allows me, if you look out here, I can see that I have transactions that are taking place to those numbers, where with beginning totals, I don't see anything. With posting and ending totals, I see account information out here. These are because of actual posting. This is because it's summing up these other GL postings above it and giving me totals. So the ending totals in the posting accounts all appear to have balances. In addition to these account numbers being bolded, indicating that they're a beginning or an ending total, they also are indented. So assets start at the very top of the list, and then underneath it I have current assets. And notice that current assets is indented slightly under assets. And then I have various types of current assets like liquid assets, securities, and so these are indented even further under the current asset account to indicate a hierarchical relationship of these accounts to one another. So when you have an account number here and you create a brand new one, it'll be out here in line with this asset account, and you simply highlight it, click Indent Chart of Accounts, and it will begin to slide it over. You can indent it 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, whatever you need to appropriately place it in the list with the correct hierarchical architecture. The finance and accounting team are always looking at the chart of accounts by periods and looking at different trends and analysis that are out here. I want to show you just a couple of things that will perhaps help you out here. If I go to limit totals by, and I add a filter like a date filter, for example. If you notice right now that my net change, my balance at date, and my balance for this account are all the same at the moment, and that's because I don't have any kind of, I'm looking at this as of right now. So if I were to look at this as of the end of 2016, because this is a test database, it only has data for 2016 and 2017, I could put 2 periods here. I could put in 12/31/16 and tab off of this, and these numbers that are down here are all going to change. If you notice now, the net change in the balance as of 12/31/2016 are 2623, and if I drill into this and take a look at it, it's because these two entries started on 12/31 of 2015 and 16. This was the ending of 2015, so these two transactions are the only thing that fall in that range, and they total up to 2623. So when you take a look at that, you can go, that's great, but I could look at, for example, period 1, and period 1 is January 1 through 1/31 of 2017, and notice that I now have a $2,163.05 change that took place, and now my balance as of that date is exactly the same as my current balance is. So these dates, the things will change out here based upon the period of time that I'm looking at. I can use P1 ... P12, and this is period 1 through period 12. When I tab off of this, notice that it changes my date filter from 1/1 of 17 through 12/31 of 2017, and that's because it knows that period 1 begins here and period 12 ends here, and so it will automatically fill these dates in for you. A couple of interesting thing about dates is that anytime I enter in a number like 21 and tab off of it, it automatically fills in the month and date of the month that I'm working in. I don't have to actually enter the month and the year. And right now, the reason it's doing this is because my work date is set as 1/26/2017. Your work date is normally in your real environment is whatever the real date is. So if you enter a date like this, if I enter 10, for example, tab off this, it'll automatically enter 1/10 of the month and the year in which I'm currently working.